Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Kurt Stein coming here from the attic studio today at my house, the temporary home of Kurt Stein School of Music while we're teaching remotely. And thanks for everyone who's been tuning into the videos. I didn't do Facebook Live today because I wanted to have a little option for showing you guys some stuff on Weird Fact Wednesday. So as you know, I'm a dork for information considering look, I just pushed my glasses up. I'm a dork for information involving history, music, entertainment, science, all this kind of stuff, and I love absorbing those facts. It's always been a passion of mine since I was a kid, thanks to my mom and pops who put me on that path. But a couple weeks ago, we did something interesting. Me and Zach and Marcus and Solon and our buddy Luke Lorbecki helped our friend Josh Marquardt out and shot a little video of him install. Josh is from Art City Raps in Oshkosh. He's a very talented artist and an industrial and artistic rapper, as in rapping vehicles and stuff. He travels around and does all kinds of cool things and works locally. He's been on the Oshkosh scene forever. A lot of you maybe have had your vehicles worked on by Josh, but he helped organize the mini mural project in Oshkosh and we hung up 20 individual artists from the area, and Josh wrapped the buildings and they're all over downtown. So Josh had us come and help film him a little bit doing the installs the day before it all got released. So we brought a drone and some cameras and did some fun stuff. And then Luke edited together a video for us, and that's been going around a little bit, which has been cool. But we needed some music for the video. So I was doing some digging. I was going to write something, and then I did some internet searching on something. I was like, there's got to be some Oshkosh related theme song because we're trying to talk about how great Oshkosh is. And I love Oshkosh. I don't know about all you guys, but I've been around here for a long time, and you know, the whole Fox Valley is great, but Oshkosh is its own little thing. It's the Twin Peaks of Wisconsin, and we've got some great artists and musicians and small business owners and community folks, and even some of our politicians and folks are really good community-minded people, and we all work together. So I found this song. Okay, which is this Oshkosh theme song. Okay, and I'm gonna play it for you. It's old, and then I'm gonna give you a little information on it. So instead of going with some national thing today, I thought we'd do some local history, because Oshkosh, believe it or not, and the whole Fox Valley, but especially Oshkosh, has always been a big music town. You know. Especially here in Green Bay, they were a bunch of stop-offs for jazz musicians, for punk rockers. A lot of punk rock shows came through town. There's the notorious story of Henry Rollins talking about eating Burger King on Main Street in Oshkosh. Jack Teagarden and a bunch of other jazzers used to come through town. Learned all that from Al Martin from the Exclusive Company, when I worked there, about all the folks that used to come through. So again, as I always say, as a music teacher, it's important for me to instill in my students the respect and admiration for the folks that came before us. So like, I'm a teacher, but there's teachers before me, all the way back to people at the beginning of time, starting to beat on logs and pluck things. The same thing goes for our local communities. And this is a really cool song. So let me do a little screen share here, and I'm going to show you this Oshkosh song. I want you to take a listen and hear how awesome this is. This is by Don Shaw and his orchestra, and take a little listen.
I am from Oshkosh, oh boy, that place is perfect, the real McCoy. Remember, Oshkosh has what it takes, up there no fooling, you get the breaks. Whenever I try roaming, the old morale falls down, then I start home sweet homing, cause I'm nuts about that town. We say in Oshkosh, there's not a doubt, if you don't live there, you're camping out. once a ticket agent, tried to make a sale. He was new and so he didn't know he'd fail. When he spoke of Europe, things that we could see, an ex-GI who just came home said, listen here to me. I'll still take Oshkosh, I've seen Paris. Good old Wisconsin's okay with me. And I've seen London, I've been in Rome. But give me Oshkosh to call my home. It has no Piccadilly, no foldies like Bergère. And while we have no palaces, the folks are friendly there. So you can travel the world to see. Just give me Oshkosh, that's home to me. I'm from Oshkosh, oh boy. That place is perfect, a real McCoy. Remember Oshkosh has what it takes. Up there no fooling, you get the breaks. Whenever I try roaming, the old morale falls down. Then I start home sweet homing, 'cause I'm nuts about that town. We stay in Oshkosh, there's not a doubt. If you don't live there, you're camping out.
So there it is, the Oshkosh, the official song of Oshkosh, that's called. So being the dork that I am, I ran across that on YouTube. I randomly found it on YouTube. So if you search Oshkosh, official song of Oshkosh on YouTube, you'll get it. But being the dork that I am, I reached out to the Oshkosh Public Library, and a lot of people don't know this anymore because of the dang internets. But two great resources that you always have for your local community to find facts and information that you can't dig up easily are your public library and your public museum. And I, for years, have used the Oshkosh Public Library and the Oshkosh Public Museum when I don't know an answer or can't find it. They're so good about giving you information and are happy to help from the reference desk to dig. So let me give you, first of all, a little bit of information. So this was by Don Shaw and his orchestra. I had never heard of Don Shaw. I didn't know who the heck this was. So I was very interested to find out who this guy was and if he was from Oshkosh and his story. So here's the first information I got from the public library. It said, hey, Kurt, we did some looking for the information on Oshkosh by Don Shaw and his orchestra. However, details are scant at best. Here are some highlights about what we could find. The song was uploaded to the Internet Archive in 2017, and the downloaded link is what I just played it off of. Don Shaw was a musician who played a lot around the Midwest. He got his start in the early mid-40s, served in World War II, and continued his music career well into the 50s, at least. He had a number of bands and played big band swing styles of music, which, I mean, come on, that song is awesome. But I got to know if he's from Oshkosh. So Raymore McAllister was the owner of the Raymore Records and Raymore McAllister's music publishers. It appears that though the label mainly released country western through Oshkosh, though Oshkosh appears to be a pop-related series that they did. So I can't tell if anyone was actually from Oshkosh. McAllister appears to be from Wichita, Kansas, and I found no record of Shaw ever residing in Wisconsin. I couldn't really find much else. If I had to guess, it sounds like it was recorded in the 40s based on my non-professional opinion of the production quality and the studio and the info I was able to find. It's certainly a great song and a bit of a time capsule. I absolutely was blown away by that because it's just so stinking interesting. And let me show you one more thing here. This is pretty awesome. Again, your public library, is one of your best resources. So let me show you another thing they sent me. Let me do another screen share. Apologize for the technology here. Here we go. So here's some awesome stuff that was sent to us. There's the record itself. Okay. Look at from Raymore Records from Hollywood, Chicago, and Wichita. Vocal by Irwin Dell. So I'd also like to know who that guy was. But here's some more information. Some Raymore Records stuff. Look at this. Ooh. Chili Dippin' Baby and the Texarkana Waltz. They came out with some interesting stuff. I'd like to know a lot more about Raymore Records. Plastic Records Only. Look at that. That's cool. The Raymore label had a 5,000 series in which there was an issue by Raymond McAllister. It seems to be 5,000 series was pop related. So that's all where this came from. Some notes on the Don Shaw Orchestra. In 1956, Meek and Gilman entered a talent contest at the Top Hat Ballroom, a local venue in Sioux City. They won, and with the glory came the opportunity to open for the well-known recording star Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps of Bebopalula fame. The Top Hats owner, Don Shaw, invited Meek to appear with the Don Shaw Orchestra, a big band swing jazz group. So with his mother's signed permission, the 15-year-old started traveling the road with the band. That would have been awesome. Lifelong dream there. With big band music dying out, Shaw decided to change his band to follow the popular music of the day. A drummer was imported from Chicago, and the band came together. Meek on guitar and vocals, Gilman on bass and vocals, Al Johnson on tenor sax, and Johnny Wallace on drums. Jack Hintz, a keyboard player and arranger, filled in from time to time, as well as other musicians. Don was a full-time arranger and an occasional player as well. The band went from being the Don Shaw Orchestra to Don Shaw and his Top 40 band. Come on, Don, you're selling out. Playing the songs of Billboard's Top 40 listings. The group was very popular, traveling all over the Midwest, playing indoor and outdoor venues. They appeared as the opening band for Johnny Cash at concerts like the Red Roof Garden Ballroom in Arlen's Park, Iowa, some Nebraska, Minnesota, and South Dakota shows as well as music for Miss Iowa, South Dakota, and Nebraska competitions. They toured the country with the legend Sonny James and appeared regularly on television in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, on a Danceland-style TV show. The band recorded several songs through K-Bank Records in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and were released on the Soma label. One of them was Your Lips Tell Me No, No, and I'll Never Smile Again on the flip side. Gotta love that song. In 1961, Don Shaw left Sioux City for business interests in Hawaii, and the band broke up. Tom and Ronnie played Sioux City and the surrounding area for a few months. Then Tom enlisted in the Navy, and the group was over. Meek and Gilman continued to perform wherever their careers took them and still get together today to make music. That's pretty cool. That was from 1948. And then what else do we have here? Oh, Don Shaw Orchestra headquarters here. Don Shaw has announced that the dance orchestra, which he leads, Don Shaw is Trombonaires, which has played 700 engagements in Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Missouri since its reorganization in March 1946, is now headquartered here. The office was formerly at Huron. 3 of the 9 orchestra members are brothers. Don, Bob, and Mike are sons of the late Fred L. Shaw Huron, well-known South Dakota educator. All 3 are veterans of World War II. The orchestra was first organized 4 years ago before Don went into service. A feature of the orchestra is that there is no reed section. A trombone section replaces the saxophones and clarinets. That is super interesting to think about. And I've got one more thing to show you. And this is, we're not kidding, says publisher. Oshkosh name to be perpetuated in song. Oshkosh Bagosh marches on, known far and wide for its trunks, overalls, basketball team. By the way, Oshkosh had a very awesome pro basketball team called the Oshkosh All-Stars. They were actually the band that played, or the team that played against the Harlem Wrens when the Harlem Renaissance all-black team beat the all-white team to win the first national championship. They beat the Oshkosh All-Stars. If you watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's documentary about the Harlem Renaissance, the Harlem Wrens basketball team, you learn all about that. It blew my mind. So known for overalls, basketball team, and beauty. Beauty, you hear that? Oshkosh now has blossomed forth as the name of a musical composition. It all happened because some soldier who called himself McIntosh, come on, you can't make this stuff up, thought Oshkosh was named after an uncontrollable sneeze. It seems that the last month, a serviceman from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, sent a telegram to Mayor George F. Oakes suggesting that Oshkosh was named after a violent, spasmodic, and audible expiration from the mouth or nose by asking for a reply. The mayor lost no time in replying, in the words of great General McAuliffe in the Battle of the Belgian Bulge, nuts. Oh, that's great. In the words of great General McAuliffe in the Battle of the Belgian Bulge, nuts. This little incident was publicized by one of the wire services, and the lead arranger of a large music publisher received a clipping from the Los Angeles Times regarding the telegram, which made light of the name of Oshkosh. Raymond C. McAllister, general manager of the music firm, realized that several years ago he was on a vaudeville tour through Michigan and Canada and returned by way of Wisconsin. McAllister visited the city and was much impressed by its beauty. A short time ago, while thinking about Oshkosh, he became inspired to create a song about the city. In a letter to Mayor Oakes, Mr. McAllister wrote that the music firm highly respects Oshkosh, in all seriousness has created a musical composition in honor of the city, hoping that the song will put a lot of wisecracking people in their place. You hear that, wisecrackers? We're talking smack about Oshkosh. So don't be surprised someday if an orchestra suddenly gives out with On Lake Winnebago, Up Wisconsin Way, there's a little city that is topside, say. Though the name is peculiar, all wisecracks are out. And in a crowd, I'm always proud I have a chance to shout. Then follows the refrain. Oh boy, I'm from Oshkosh. Oh boy, that place is perfect. The real McCoy. Remember, Oshkosh has what it takes. Up there, no fooling. You get the breaks. Whenever I try roaming, the whole morals fall down. Then I start home sweet homing, because I'm nuts about this town. We say in Oshkosh, there's a doubt. If you don't live there, you're camping out. So this took me on an incredible journey of just finding that song. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, I've been engaged in this Oshkosh song. So I just want to thank everyone for listening today. And I hope you learned something about the Oshkosh song. And it's called The Official Song of Oshkosh, if you want to search YouTube and jam it out. But I hope you all have a wonderful day and pay a visit to the lovely city of Oshkosh. Check out some of these mini murals, because those folks back in the 40s were trying to make this place cool. We're still making this place cool. Love you all. Have a great day. Kurt out.
I am from Oshkosh, oh boy, that place is perfect, the real McCoy.